What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some great topics, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Shuntaro Furukawa, Nintendo president and CEO, talked about what the company plans to do for the future when it comes to hardware, and also what they plan on doing with their IP, having staple games like Mario and Zelda, but also investing into new IPs as well. Now, this was in an interview with the Nikkei. I'm going to go ahead and read off what he has to say, then give my analysis on the topic here. So, quote, "As we spend more time in our homes, we are becoming increasingly spoiled for choice when it comes to entertainment. For people to choose to play our games with their limited free time, the games must be interesting. Competition is fierce, and we're not looking at the current situation lightly. We are constantly looking out for new ideas and researching what we can utilize next. In the future, we want not only to work on our staple series like Mario and Zelda, but also work on new games and new series. Regarding the calls for the new Switch model, which are in parentheses here, we're constantly thinking about new ideas for consoles, but many ideas simply aren't feasible because of the cost or limitations in technology. We devote a lot of resources into developing technology in case any of these ideas become feasible in the future." So he essentially kind of just sidesteps the whole Switch Pro and revision type of thing, which we are going to revisit in just a bit at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned fully to that. But I want to talk about this because some people has taken what he has to say and kind of spinning it into whatever they want to hear, as in like, we're only going to get Mario and Zelda and we're not going to get stuff like F-Zero or Star Fox or Metroid or whatever the case is. And that's not necessarily what he said here. He just said that they're going to move forward with their staple games like Mario and Zelda. Of course, we're going to always get Mario and Zelda, and they want to move forward with new IPs. So for example, stuff like Astral Chain or stuff like ARMS, those are both new IPs in this generation of the Nintendo Switch, but that doesn't mean they're not going to bring back some of the other games as well. We do have Metroid Prime being brought back. There are the rumors of the Metroid or 2D Metroid game that's going to be coming back as well. So I'm pretty sure they'll take some chances here and there with some of their legacy IP. Just don't expect it to be Star Fox, F-Zero, all this Pikmin, all this stuff back to back to back to back with IPs that don't sell like a Mario or Zelda or aren't new to where they can see that it can become a major franchise like a Splatoon, for example, because Nintendo's always looking for that next breakout hit out of the new IPs. They take something, they try it. If it works out very well, then we see sequels, for example, like Splatoon. But if it doesn't work out too well, then maybe we don't see too much of it. But if they have a partner to work with, so for example, like Platinum Games, right? We saw Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U, and that didn't light up the sales charts, but it did do well. It does add value to the brand, that it's something different that Nintendo does normally, and decided to say, hey, we're gonna go ahead and fund Bayonetta 3, and on top of that, we're also gonna bring over Bayonetta 1 and 2 to the Switch, and also fund Astral Chain as well. So I do think that there is nuance into what he's saying here. It's not complete and overall this is what's going to happen 100%. It's just kind of giving the general guideline into what they've already been doing with the Nintendo Switch. But another good thing out of this is that they want to continue making new IPs, because I think that's underrated with what Nintendo's been doing. Yes, they haven't had as many mega hits as Splatoon, but they've still developed quite a number of little games and also bigger games as well. Stuff like Snipper Clips was kind of cool to see at the Nintendo Switch launch. Also, you see stuff like Sushi Striker. That was kind of a little cool game that they had as well. That was a new IP for Nintendo. Then, of course, Astral Chain and also ARMS. So there are a number of new IPs that they developed. Some of them have sold more than the others. Some of them are bigger than the others. But there are still new ideas being brought about. And Astral Chain and ARMS did have multi-million unit selling success. So I do think going forward, Nintendo has a pretty good idea of what they want to do with new IPs and where they're going to go forward with it. And of course, the staple franchises, you have to make Mario and Zelda and Splatoon and Animal Crossing and stuff like that. So we'll continue to get those type of games. But overall, I'm actually excited about what they plan to do for the future. He talked about them always investing in new ways to play and different types of things. I mean, that goes into what they did with the Nintendo Switch Lite a couple of years ago as well. So I don't really expect anything different here with the rumors about a Nintendo Switch Pro. I expect there to be some type of new model Switch that can enhance things just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I'm not expecting a huge giant leap when it comes down to it, but I do feel that they'll do something like a new Nintendo 3DS or like a GBA SP or any of the deluxe or enhanced models that they've done before for their modular systems before in the past. So that makes sense to me, and it'll be interesting to see when they actually talk about it. So I had a poll up on my channel about that. Make sure you guys go vote on the community tab. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to what Nintendo has to say about bringing over their staple IPs, but also investing into new IPs and the future when it comes to investing into hardware as well? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. It seems like we do have a listing for a Sonic Colors Remastered on the Nintendo Switch and potentially other platforms as well. So a Sonic Colors Remaster is rumored to be in the works. This is possible after a mention of the project was found on the website IK Sample, a German dubbing studio. It's listed with key art for Sonic Boom, though we assume that was a mistake. Now, according to IK Sample, the company is involved with localization. The original Sonic Colors did not have a German dub, so Sega may want to include it in the potential remaster. Now remember guys, this isn't an official confirmation or announcement of Sonic Colors Remastered, and it's always possible that this was a listing error or it's something else. We just don't know. But if it is an actual product, a Switch release is definitely seeming to be happening. Now, there was a DS and Wii version of this game originally. The Wii version had the better graphics and was kind of more of a traditional 3D Sonic experience, while the DS version took advantage of the dual screens, and they were both good in their own right, although I really do like Sonic Colors on the Wii. There are some flaws with the game, but it is fun overall. I like the Wisp powers. I think that's really dope. The speed of the game is really good, and the graphics were good for what the Wii could pull off. So I think a Sonic Colors Remastered would actually be much appreciated. And the coolest thing about Sonic Colors is that it's never been re-released. And that's why I think this is possible. We've had other games that have been re-released or on PC or something like that to where we can experience them in HD and all that, but that's not the case with Sonic Colors. It's only on the Wii and DS, and the version that they'd be bringing over would probably be just the Wii version, so it's stuck on a 480p system if you're not using some type of emulator or Dolphin or something like that, right? So I do think that this would be a smart call, and on top of that, many Sonic fans out there think that Sonic Colors is the best Sonic game, if not one of the best 3D Sonic games when it comes to the modern age. For me personally, it is my favorite 3D Sonic game. I do like this one the most. My favorite Sonic games are all like the 2D variants, like the Sonic and Knuckles and stuff like that. But when it comes to 3D Sonic, I'm not as big of a fan, but Sonic Colors is actually a really dope game on the Wii. So I would love to see it come over, and I think that would be a great title to bring over to new audiences with younger kids, and also people who want to play up the nostalgia back a decade ago when the game originally launched in 2010. So I think that this would be a good idea, but we're gonna have to wait and see. The Sonic team and Sega has been very quiet about their plans for Sonic. In addition to this, guys, there was also another retailer that listed Sonic Colors on their site, so there's also that, but once again, it's not a confirmation. But it does look like something is brewing here with the potential remaster and also the thoughts of a new Sonic game as well, but we're gonna have to wait and see on it. So what do you guys think about a potential Sonic Colors remaster? Would you like to see this one on the Switch and other platforms as well? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, I want to give a big shout out to my man Nintendomics, who actually found this out or caught this one on Twitter, and he posted it. And I wanted to give it a little bit of time here because it does kind of lead to believe that there's something in the works when it comes to the Nintendo Switch Pro and all of that. So shout outs to the Nintendomics for this, and he writes, Magnachip Semiconductor of Korea is the leading manufacturer of ICs for OLED displays. This is Samsung's largest customer. When reviewing their 10K, I saw that they listed game consoles, but then in a later release, they dropped mention when Switch Pro rumors were starting to heat up. And as you can see here, there was the key features, there was the applications. You can see smartphones, game consoles, digital still cameras, PC, tablets, virtual reality headsets, and everything that they have here with their key features, FHD, FHD+, QHD, all of that, 16:9, 21:9. All of that good stuff that you would expect with a nice OLED product. And once again, this kind of leads to believe that there's something in the work when it comes to a revised Nintendo Switch. And I'm not saying that this is 100% and this means that a Switch Pro is coming or anything. All I'm kind of saying here is that it's more evidence that could show that there is some type of revised Nintendo Switch, better model Nintendo Switch, as Nintendo has done before in the past with their portable systems. And the Switch is a very unique system because not only is it a portable, but it's also a home console as well when you dock it. So it does give Nintendo a bit more freedom than they've had before with previous home consoles, as they're able to combine their home console and their portable division to make upgrades and different things to the system without worrying about affecting the overall ecosystem of things because it's 2-in-1. So I actually like that this is happening. I'd be down for a new model Nintendo Switch. I do think that the Nintendo Switch, the current model, is getting a bit long in the tooth. We did have the smaller model out there, maybe for children as well, or if you just wanted a portable only type of Switch. Now it would be nice to get a better version of the Switch that can kind of improve things. And we've also gotten multiple reports that there will be some type of 4K DLSS upscaling type of Switch with a new chip that Nvidia is working on. There are reports out there for that. We still have to wait and see if that's going to happen, though. Nothing is confirmed at this point, and this doesn't mean that this is 100% confirmed. I just want to make sure that I stress this because I've talked about it multiple times, and some people take sometimes what I'm saying and run with it as if I think that this is going to be a beastly god tier type of system or anything, which is not the case. Once again, and I say that we have to make sure that we wait and see, but there is starting to be quite a bit of evidence that stacks up to show that Nintendo is working on something when it comes to a revision of the Nintendo Switch system. So we're going to have to wait to see what Nintendo has in store for us. Make sure you drop a comment about what you think below. All right, peeps, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.